YouTube, what is up? All right, I got the beast up on the lift. Thought we'd take a little break from all the pre-running and race videos. I've got more to come. And I thought I would just kind of go over the clutching. So I've had a ton of people ask me about like the drivetrain, the clutching and like the reliability of it. I have not had a single issue with the drivetrain. I ran in full drive down in Baja a ton, and we were, I was driving faster than I told myself I would. I was ripping pretty hard. So definitely, you know, I've never, this clutch belt is the original clutch belt. It went through dealers beating it up, all the press guys beating it up, and then me for the last, 1,300 miles. I ride hard. I push stuff. So anyways, it's been like amazing. So no belt issues. Even when I changed like wheels and tires down in Mexico, for the Baja, I've had absolutely no problem. So I've got out my little impact. I'm gonna bust off all these nuts and we'll take a look at the covers and just inside there. I'll pull off the belt. We'll see what it looks like together. I get the question all the time about the belt. So apparently some of the older players says you guys were having belt problems. I think is a thing of the past. I know that they changed their clutching design. The way the cooling was coming in, it comes right onto the, or actually I guess the air comes in here, comes in there, and then out there. So I guess most of the heat was built up on this secondary clutch here. And so they changed the way they distribute it, and they got 20% cooler. Because I believe these are similar clutches to the regular 1000 turbo. I think they're calibrated a little different, but man, the clutching has been spot on. So let me bust this cover off and then we'll take a look and see how it looks inside, and we'll pull the belt off and see how that looks. All right, guys, be right back. All right, guys, I got the clutch cover off. Let's take a look at it. It's not even that dirty. So there's a little bit of dust in here. I'm gonna blow out and kind of wipe it down, but I was expecting it to be worse. So it's keeping relatively clean. It came off really easy with my toolkit stuff. So you guys have that kit, you'll like it. It's gonna be cake. You got a wobbly, you got a few things. Let's take a look at this belt. Honestly, guys, visual inspection, the belt looks like it is in such good shape. There's not very much wear on the side. There's a little, but for how hard I've been riding it, I'm not going to change it. I think a big part, definitely going to blow out and kind of clean this clutch out a little bit. It's not bad, but there's a little bit of dust buildup in there. It's always good to kind of clean these out, but they've really designed, it looks like they've really designed the cooling in this clutch box is freaking sweet. I like how this is a metal box. You've got a plastic cover, but it's a metal case that the clutches are housed in, and it just looks so good. So I think you guys are gonna be happy with the clutching on the Turbo S. I don't think anybody's gonna have any problems with their clutching. I've been so impressed with it. Like the engine calibration, like I've said this before, but I remember when it came out, it didn't look that much different when you saw the release of the Turbo S, and you're just thinking like it's the same old Razor. It really isn't. This thing has been gone through top to bottom, talking to the engineers, and man, the tuning on the motor and the clutching and the new diffs, that new diff, man, the full drive has been so good. You got that new diff in the Turbo S, and it is just bulletproof, freaking awesome. But I have been super, super happy with the clutching and the tune on the motor. So anyways, I just wanted to open that up with you guys, but I'm not touching that belt, man. I've got extra belts. I thought maybe I'd put one on, but there's nothing fraying or there's nothing, man. It's like, it's got a little wear, but I mean, dude, that's not bad at all. It looks good. So there you go. Clutching is spot on the Turbo S. So if anybody's worried about it, I guess I wouldn't be. If you're changing your calibration a lot, I actually dropped weight with this wheel and tire. So I knew that I should be okay. I think that's the big thing is you put huge tires on or a lot of extra rotating weight. You got to check your clutching, but they really they figured out that clutching is dialed. And I've taken up to, 10,000 feet and down to sea level, and it just ran good. So Been happy with it. Does 90 miles an hour almost, and just bulletproof. And other guys have asked me, you know, can I just hold it wide open? Yes. In Baja, I never ever thought about, you know, if I was being hard on it. The motor is just perfect. I think, make sure that you have an S&B filter, but I would hold it wide open as long as I wanted. I never felt like the clutch was getting hot. My temps were always good. This thing is just calibrated so good. So there's my report. This Turbo S, man, it's just, she's a bad boy. And it just works. And that's why I haven't, to race Sportsman, I'm supposed to leave the engine calibration alone. So that's kind of one thing. I haven't done any tuning on it, but I don't know, man. I think it's pretty fast. I'm always down for more power, but I hate messing with the factory specs because they have it dialed so well. You know, they've done all that R&D and all that testing. No problems with axles. I think I might have a wheel bearing going out, and I think that happened. I think that actually happened on the press event. I was supposed to be in this machine, but actually somebody else was. And a guy like totally hit this G out. If you could see, he totally hit this G out and just jacked it. And I think the wheel bearing probably was starting to go out around the same time. And it's not even that bad. It's not like nothing stopped me, but I'm just gonna service that, grease everything, change all my fluids. I'll do a bunch of service videos with you guys. But yeah, there you go. Clutch looks awesome. I'm gonna blow it out, wipe it down. But I mean, come on, that thing looks great. And that's been sand dunes, mountain riding, desert riding, just ripping, pre-running Baja, and it's fine. So that's the belt. We'll see how long it lasts. I think the only thing I haven't done on it is winter riding, which I think I'm gonna get in the next couple days. And that is really hard on belts because you have all this mixed traction. And so that's gonna be the test for, I think, is the mountain riding. But there you go, the Turbo S. She's been reliable, you know, couple small issues, but honestly, I mean, I basically was pre-running, we were basically at a race pace, just flying through whoops. So I really, man, I have no regrets right now. It's been the bomb. All right, guys, I hope that helps all the guys that are wondering about clutching and just drivetrain. I've had no problems with the drive lines, the axles, you know, the motor. I need to check my air filter too. Actually, let's hurry. I'll hurry and pull the filter because I had the S&B filter on this whole time. Might as well check the air filter real quick. I'll pull that off and I'll be right back. All right, guys, the last thing I did is just hurry and take some compressed air and just blow out the clutch housing. There was a bunch of fine dust in there, but like I said, I feel like everything looks really, really good. Super impressed. Like the winter riding will be the test. I've got it down off the lift so I can check out the air filter. So before, when I was riding, the air filters were getting clogged up with dirt quick. I'd go for a desert ride. It was dusty this summer, and I felt like, man, every time I went for a ride, it was so dusty. But look at it now. Look at it with S&B. So that was a new filter when I put it in there, and there's like next to no dirt on that thing. And that's why, I was sitting in silt and like the craziest stuff that you could imagine, like the dirtiest, just tons of dust down in Baja, and that filter is freaking clean. I'm not even gonna take it out. I guess I can take it out for you guys, but it's just, there's nothing to it. It's freaking clean. So S&B, man, it's the real deal, especially if you're in a dusty environment. You know, maybe some of you guys, it doesn't matter as much, but for me, man, it's a lifesaver. Just keep your motor freaking so much cleaner, getting that fresh air in there. So there you go, nice and blue still and just perfect. That was new before I left to Baja, so that's got about, I don't know, about 500 miles on it, and just, I feel like there's nothing in it. It's pretty much just spot clean, like a little bit of fine dust in there, and that is it. So before they'd be caked, you couldn't even tell they were blue half the time. So there you go. S&B is money. Clutching is money. If you guys have any questions, let me know, but I already cleaned the cover up and sprayed that out, or blew that out, and just money. So, all right, guys, lots of cool videos to come. I still got a ton of Can-Am racing videos and some more pre-run videos. So hopefully that answers your questions, but I want to see how long that belt's going to make it. I hope it keeps making it longer. We'll see. Winter will be the test, but Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.